So this is a series called Late Game Standards, and it's about I go late game with no boosts, no fourths, and tier 0 powers. And I bring farms as my fourth so that I can get a bit more money because it's practice defend mode where your income is capped at 3,000, which is quite limited. And I would recommend you bring alternatives such as sniper money, or if you're playing with a partner on assault mode or cards, you can use eco and send eco balloons, which is much more effective. And that is that. I could have bought sniper, but some people might accuse me of using sniper to go for the late game. So I decided to use that for as few matches as possible. And that's why I don't have sniper for money or anything else like engineer. This is just so you can see how far these 3 towers can go as 3 towers. And this is designed to be easy to beat, so all you have to do is bring a 4th tower that can do better than Tech Tower, or a 4th tower that can be used as a sacrifice to the temple, or a 4th tower that can be used to star balloons more, or boost by bringing a tower boost. It's that simple. And I brought the other. That's why I have balloon boost to show that I'm not going to be using my tower boost at all because I don't have one. And then the eco power and road spikes are used early game to help get to that 3,000 eco as early as possible. What else I used to get to the 3,000 eco as early as possible was that ice tower at the top that you only see half of. So he's upgraded to 1-3, that's 1 on the left and 3 on the right. So he attacks fast enough to freeze balloons forever, but cannot deal any damage. And because of how the game works, which is the next round will start when all balloons have gone down 1 layer, or the max amount of time has passed, since some balloons will be frozen forever before they get damaged, the max amount of time will pass before the next round starts. And that means that I get a lot of time to build up money to buy eco boosts and then to buy farms. And that is how I have a lot of money on defend mode. And it's really helpful. You can use it to also just have time to play super monkeys before you get temples or something. And then let's talk about the other towers I brought. So I brought ninja for the ability. So the ability stalls all balloons to half speed for 15 seconds. And if you have a balloon spawn while the ability is active, it's half speed forever. So you don't even have to worry about the ability usage during the match, as long as it's stalled forever. And then I bought Ice Tower for the same reasons as Ninja, because it's half speed, but it works for 2 layers, so a ZMG will be half speed until it pops to mobs, and then you have to use the ability again. And I also brought it for 1-3 Ice Star, and as a tempo sacrifice, because I also brought Super. And the Super has 2 paths that are really good. Temple for its pure popping power, and then Tech Tower to fill the spaces, and also for its ability, which is quite powerful. It's more powerful than Ground Zero from the Ace, but just more localized. And then there's targeting, and almost all of my towers are on force targeting, and that's because if I had them on strong or last or close, they will not be popping the mobs and BFBs that come out of the ZMGs, and I will leak them and die. What I do have though are some tempos on strong, because what would happen if I leave them all on force is the first batch of mobs and BFBs will leak, will come out of the ZMGs, and I will deal with them. But all of my attention has been focused on popping them, and the last part of the ZMGs will not be damaged enough for me to leak them. For me to pop the mobs and BFBs that come out of them. So that's why I have some of my tempos on strong to still focus them down, so I can pop all of the mobs and BFBs together, in a round. And then this is how all of the videos will be done. The game will be sped up by quite a bit throughout most of it, so you can just watch it from start to finish. And the last 2 rounds will be, the last 2 full rounds will be shown at normal speed, so you can watch me die, I guess. And then if I had to use a tower boost, I would use it at the end, and I would tell you when I would use it. So at the end of a round, when you have mobs and BFBs on screen, I will use attack tower abilities because they will hit 4 BFBs or 16 mobs, which is more damage per ability than hitting 1 0MG. And I will also try to use it at the end, so if possible, the next round will start while I'm using them, which will allow me to get some abilities to hit the new 0MGs at the same time. And I would use the boost around this time also, so that I can possibly use my boost to damage the current round and the new round, as I'm doing here. And that will just allow me to get more damage, and I'm using the ice ability only when a 0MG reaches the front of the group. That way they are more clumped together, so the last 0MG is not way behind, taking damage from only 1 or 2 temples. As many temples as possible are hitting as many 0MGs as possible, and that way I can get more damage to all of the blimps instead of just at the front of the group gets a lot, and then the last one maybe gets 1 or 2 damage in proportion. And then I used Mondrian because it's a really decent, decent map for late game. As you can see, I get to around 111, but it's rarely used because there's just better maps to go late game on, and most people don't play it because of that. And that's pretty much the reason why, so I didn't mind wasting an entire video to explain how this series is going to work. And you'll get to watch me die just as round 11 comes, 111. So you can probably beat this easily. Getting that centered tempo was a bit difficult, but it's not too bad if you place the tempo as well. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and stick around for the next episodes. Thanks for watching.